the fuck? Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck happens in this fucking couch. So guys, today we're gonna talk about transmissions. That's really fun, and I have not prepared shit, as usual. So let's see if we can make a video. And I'm going on lunch, like soon, so it's like we have one take. Transmissions. We have two options of transmissions: manual or automatic. And there are all the car manufacturers and people that don't know shit and ads for cars or whatever, like semi-automatic, blah blah, Tiptronic bullshit. It's a manual or it's an automatic. That's it. And we have this fucking with like belt-driven bullshit. Yes, disregard that. The normal transmissions. And it's really fun to discuss transmission issues. It's not really fun, but transmissions is fun. I like it. So for the 606X, let's just say that, for the engines we all love, we have a couple of options. And we have spoken about this, I'm not really a big fan of adapter plates and so on, but there are means to make a lot of fucking transmissions work on your 60X engine. If you get them from Sweden, they are bolt-on. That's the difference. So, but we don't go into that. Popular transmissions for our engines is the 6-speed Mercedes gearbox, like the C-Class 230 compressor. Compressor is the fucking European word for supercharger. So if you have a fucking breaker's yard, the name is Junk Yard, is not the fucking guy that has the trash cars, okay? So if you have one of those close to you and there is a supercharged 4-cylinder Mercedes there, and it can also be the like 180 or 200, but the 230 compressor is like the go-to gearbox for 6-speed Mercedes gearboxes stateside. European guys, we have the options to choose diesel transmissions. We can choose the 270 CDI 6-speed transmission. I don't really know if it's stronger than the 230 compressor, but it just feels good to buy a diesel transmission. These transmissions are bolt-on, and that's good. They have a short input shaft, of course. They're made for dual mass flywheel. So if you're gonna go single mass, you need a DMR, dual mass replacement. That's what you need. So that means that all the measurements are as a dual mass. Because if you run a normal single mass flywheel, you don't have the pilot bearing in the flywheel, you have the pilot bearing in the crankshaft. So your short input shaft will not reach the pilot bearing. So that's something you have to think about. But you can just run a dual mass flywheel, and it will work on your 60 1 2 3 4 5 6 with no problem at all, really. So that's a good transmission. It's very small, so it's like pretty much a transmission can handle what the fuck it looks like. If it's a small transmission, it handles less than a big transmission. So it's small, but it's for what it is and for what they cost, and how simple it is to install. It's a good gearbox. Let's move on. Automatic transmissions. That is bolt-on. 722.6. That's the go-to gearbox. The 722.6 are available in like a gazillion different versions. They are physically the same. not really. The Porsche one is not physically the same. Inside the fucking case, they are the same, more or less. The difference is a little bit in gearing and number of clutch plates, more or less, you know. So the 722.6 is a really, really good automatic transmission. It's a 5-speed, it's electronically controlled, and it is in cars with a lot of power and a lot of torque, you know. When I speak about power, I automatically, you know, think in torque. If I have a 1,000 horsepower BMW engine, I know that I have like 1,050, 1,100 Newton meters of torque. You know, it's like, so everybody has always bashed me about this because I say you can do 800 horsepowers. Oh, it's the torque. Yeah, but if you have 800 horsepowers, you don't have fucking 100 Newton meters of torque, right? You have 1,000 newtons, so doesn't matter. 722.6 are in cars that has 1,000 Newton meters of torque in its original state. That means that Mercedes trust this 5-speed automatic transmission that much that they can leave a fucking warranty, is that the word? Yeah, warranty on the fucking transmission in an S-Class, you know? So we know that with 1,000 Newton meters of torque, you can run like 500,000 kilometers on this fucker. So behind your 606, it will last for fucking ever. You know, so the 722.6 is, I would not say the strongest automatic transmission you can buy, but for the money, it for fucking sure is the strongest one you can buy. It costs nothing. It's bolt on, and it just holds all the power you want. So that's good. That's the two options that are strong-ish and bolt on to our engines. Let's go to more fun shit, you know. We have other manual transmissions that are popular. Is the ZF gearboxes from BMW models. The GS6 are the most popular 6-speed manuals, and they come in a lot of different versions, but the go-to gearboxes are the 37 DZ or the 53 DZ. They are also available in the petrol versions. They are called B for benzene. I don't know if that translates to English. Petrol. So petrol is spelled with a B. So the DZ or BZ is the go-to transmissions, and it depends on what side of the pond you are at. American guys, you don't really have the DZ, so you have to go with the petrol version, the petrol version, the petrol version of the 6-speed transmissions. They're also good, you know. They are not that extensively tested as the diesel versions, but you know, they are strong as fuck either way. The 37 DZ is 1,000 horsepower gearbox. It's the torque, I don't give a shit. So if you have 1,000 horsepower, you don't have 100 Newton meters of torque. So they are strong as fuck. You will never ever fucking break one if you don't miss a gear, of course. But no fucking manual gearbox can stand that. So those are good. But you have to think about your gearing and shit, you know. If you, I've discussed this, for me it's a new world, but I've discussed this with people because I asked them about their choice of transmission, and you know, I got these fucking weird numbers back, like you have 200 to 1 in gearing and shit like that, and you know, you're running like fucking 40-inch tires and 200 to 1 in gearing, and you're gonna crawl up some fucking rock. Of course things will twist and jerk and bend and go bad. So I can understand that these people need stronger gearboxes. And then you have the 53. But for normal street use, it's really fucking hard to kill a 37BZ or a DZ or the petrol version of the whatever the fuck we're using. So that's the second choice, or it's really fucking the first choice. Second choice is like the Mercedes 6-speed. But people really use and really like the BMW gearboxes. There are also 5-speed versions. I mean, even the old fucking Getrag gearboxes, 5 speeds that are in the 325 and 525 TDS and 328, 528, and the 5-speed M3s E36. They are fucking this small, but they're really fucking sturdy. So, I mean, in Sweden we use them a lot. And they have a bigger brother. And the bigger brother is the ZF GS5 39DZ. That's a really strong motherfucker. We use them in Europe for drag racing because they can handle a lot of power and shifts quickly. For like drifting and street use, we normally go to the 6-speed. But drag racing guys with slicks and shit like that, they use the 5-speed. Really good one. And pretty big. I just thought about fucking carrying in this fucking what's it called? Yeah, it doesn't matter. So 12 minutes. It's not good. I have a lot of gearboxes left, to talk about. Fuck. And lunch. So, other gearboxes. Really, really fucking good gearboxes. Complicated though. 8-speed. 8-speed ZF. They are called 8 HP 80 or 70 and 90 and shit like that. And we just call them like 8 HP. Really good 8-speed automatic transmissions. I don't know how strong they are. I know they are really, really fucking strong. But Mercedes put the 722.6 in the McLaren Mercedes, and in the S65 AMG and cars like that. So if these 8 speeds are stronger, I don't know. But they have 3 more gears, and that's cool, And they're really fucking complicated to install on TCU to. It's not like the 722.6 where you just hook the fucking cable up. Cable, wire, cord. Let's go with cord. Hook the fucking cord up. More manual transmissions. Also BMW. There are versions in Volkswagen, in the Volkswagen group, the Audi, like the S-Tronic, but the BMW is more used, and I don't fucking know the name, GS7, I think that's it, 7-speed dual clutch gearboxes. Dual clutch is not automatic, it's manual, but you control it electronically, and you can use pedal shift, and you don't have a fucking stick, but it's still a fucking manual transmission, never forget that. And I love dual clutch gearboxes. I love them. DSGs, S-Tronics, and everything, PDKs and whatever. They are fantastic. So that's like, for me, the go-to option if I want to run something else than a true manual or a true automatic. I want the dual clutch because they shift fast as fuck, and I just like them. It's personal. And I've driven a lot of fucking cars with it, so it might be like this. I'm used to the fucking shit. But they are good. 7-speed dual clutch. Say no more. They are available. You can use them with an adapter, I think. The 8 HP, you can use some models with an adapter, but not all. I don't think you can use the Jaguar or the V8 versions, but you can use the like normal inline 6 5X engine transmissions. So that's a little bit about the gearboxes, but you have to think about your setup and make sure you have everything under control. Me personally, I would love to have a dual clutch om606 car, but I would also like to try the 8 HP, and I'm thinking about buying a CLS, an old CLS 320 CDI, preferably, I think. Preferably, that's really fucking hard word to say. Preferably, it doesn't matter. So a 320 CDI CLS, and put a 606 in it with an 8-speed automatic behind it. I think that would be a really good autobahn cruiser, and hopefully I can see 300 kilometers an hour or 190 miles per hour. See about that. We're running 17 minutes, so no one will watch this fucking video. Have to stop at 12. But transmissions are fun, and I could talk forever about this, I think. So we have scraped the surface. See you in another episode. Bye.